Yes. Hello. This is Hayden Quinn from the popular band Big Reef. And just wanted to jump on a quick intro here before our podcast episode this week to dispel a few rumours. The industry is alight with talk, I would call it baseless rumours. That Big Reef, the band, the partnership between myself and my brother Morgan, is coming to an end, that it's no longer going ahead. I just want to say these are just rumours. Would love it if you could stop perpetuating them and talking about them. Give them no power, okay? Things are going just fine between us. You'll see that when we perform our next show this Friday, a mere 2 days from now. Friday the 6th, I think it is, of September at Squeaky Clean Bar with our good friends Zuko. It's going to be electric. So please come on down. It's free. It's going to be sick. It's going to be grouse. But no, all things going fantastic here over at Big Reef HQ. We are contractually obliged to fulfill a number of outstanding, what would you say, outstanding obligations, at least to the end of 2024. We've got shows. We've got a single coming out in a couple of weeks called The MVP. We've got to hit that one. So as far as I can see, it's blue skies all the way to at least the 31st of December. Anything after that, I cannot comment on at this time. But, yep, certainly are contractually obliged to keep the band going for at least that period of time. It's Big Sound Week this week in Queensland. All the young hopefuls, young bands, independent artists are up there performing their showcases, having insufferable conversations with some of my favourite people, music industry types, who offer nothing creative to anybody, but are very good at talking and networking. So I thought that what better time to put out a podcast than today. Maybe you've just woken up after being out, seeing all your favourite bands, all the bands you want to see there in Fortitude Valley, and you've woken up with a little bit of a hangover. You're going to pop downstairs, grab yourself a coffee, maybe a bagel, something like this, and then nursing that hangover before you do it all again tonight, perhaps have a little chuckle to episode 3 of the Snail Yeah podcast, which is a comedic sketch comedy podcast that Morgan put together nigh on 4 years ago. I will remind you we're playing all 5 of these episodes at the moment on our podcast stream, and we've decided to give you this one for free. That's right, you can listen to the whole one, the whole episode this week, but always remember you can go to patreon.com/Big Reef and sign up to be a tryhard, which is a paid member of our clan or our fanship or whatever you might call it, and hear all the other episodes of the Snail Yeah podcast in full. You can also hear interviews in full. You can also get free entry to a lot of our shows by being a paid member at the Patreon, which is a fantastic value proposition. Yes, please head over to patreon.com/Big Reef. It does work out cheaper for you, and it honestly is the best way you can support our band. We really, really appreciate our lovely little community of people that are doing that. And we'll continue to do that, as stated earlier, at least up until the 31st of December, after which I cannot make any comments on anything else Big Reef related. Okay, that was a long introduction. Without further ado, I give you in full, for free this time, because I love ya, episode 3 of the Snail Yeah podcast. Please enjoy!
The dares carried out on Snail Yeah are performed under strict safety supervision. Would you surf on the seat of a Snail Yeah, banging at 50k? Or could you jump on a Snail Yeah and hot-foot it through 100 feet of plane? And how about picking up speed on Snail Yeah and skimming across water? But first, up Snail Yeah.
Thank you for tuning in to Snail Yeah episode 3. I am host and my name is Now. Recently I've been receiving a few phone calls from somebody who claims to be working at the bloody Australian Taxation Office. So I decided today I'd make a few of my own calls. Have a listen to this. It's ringing. Okay, I'm going to use the fake voice.
Hello?
Oh, yes, hello.
Hi.
Is this Danielle Smith from Isabella Plains in the Australian Capital Territory?
Yes, it's Danielle.
Yes, hello, Danielle. My name is Martin from the Australian Taxation Office.
Hi, Mark.
I've got your account open in front of me, Danielle. It appears that you owe the Australian government $30,000. I'm just calling to get your credit card details.
Oh, okay.
So we can sort out that payment.
Can you just hold on a minute? I'll just grab my wallet.
Okay.
Hello, you there, Martin?
Just, can you just hold on for a minute? I'll just grab a pen.
Yeah.
Thanks. Okay.
So the number is 4660
Yeah.
8898
Yeah.
7743
Okay.
3200.
Right.
The expiry date is 0820
Thank you.
and the code on the back is 339.
Okay. Great.
Okay, thank you, Martin. Have a great day.
All right. I have to go to the shops now.
To be continued.
Good evening and thank you for tuning in. You're watching The America Show. I'm Marianson. We are broadcasting live from Madison Square Garden in New York City, where, of course, the big story is that Jesus Christ has risen again and is running for president. We have Jesus Christ with us now. Jesus Christ, what sort of platform are you running on for the president of the United States of America?
Well, first of all, Marianne, can I just take this opportunity to thank you and the entire Fox network for having me on this evening.
It is our absolute pleasure to have you here, Jesus Christ of Nazareth, England. I personally am a huge fan of your work, particularly when you rose from the dead the first time. And now to see that you have gone and done that again, well, I just gotta admit, man, that is some cool shit.
Well, I must admit, Mary, it's not an easy job rising from the dead. I mean, just ask Louis C.K. He's been having a real time of it lately, hasn't he?
You have been facing backlash from some critics who have dubbed you the zombie candidate. How do you rebut the claims that all of your policies are supporting the undead while completely neglecting the undead?
Well, Marianne, I would say to those critics that there are really only two things that they need know about me. The first being that I fucking love zombies. The second is that I can do this.
Holy crap. The Statue of Liberty just shrunk down to the size of a thimble, and Jesus Christ is chewing it up like some sort of delicious peppermint Mentos candy treat.
And I now speak directly to my constituents. I promise you, from the bottom of my heart, I will teach you to do similar tricks if you vote for me this November.
Wow. Wowie wow 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 wow. It's a miracle. Thank you again for tuning in. I'm Marianson, and we are live from Madison Square Garden in New York City.
You're listening to the Warped Perspective Lectures. Next is Disc 5 with the Alan Watts lecture, It is within you what is out inside of itself, and on top of us is all of inwardness.
Another way of talking about the web is, for example, supposing you take the story of the creation of the world in the Bible. It's a mess. And here it is, obviously in front of you, which doesn't make any sense at all. The wrapped fiber that constitutes the thread is a mess. But when you lose sight, we pretend that Saturday is the last day of the week, but Sunday is the first day of the week. But the point is that a holiday is of the essence of the idea of a web. For example, there's an famous Irishman who's supposed to have described a net And so in this exactly the same way, what you hear is that tap, 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 tap against the eardrum. Fabulous.
We love you, Alan.
Snail Yeah, episode 3. My name is... I didn't think calling that woman before was actually going to work, but hey, let's try somebody... Private number? Oh no. She must have called the ATO. What do I do? 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 I better answer. Hello?
Yes, hello, this is Paul from the ATO.
Yes. Hi, how are you going today?
I'm well. I'm trying to reach the host of Snail Yeah. Have I called the right number?
No. I mean, what is Snail Yeah?
It's an infrequently produced podcast with a listenership of roughly 3.
Well, I'll have to check that out, but I think you might have called the wrong number.
Oh, that's a real shame. This is a matter of urgency.
Well, I'm sorry I couldn't help. I guess I'll...
You see, I'm a big fan of the podcast and I'd like to find out how I can support it.
Oh.
I've got all this money, but I don't know what to do with it.
Okay.
Let me give you my credit card details and you can pass them along.
Can you just hold on for a minute?
Yep.
I'll just grab a pen.
No worries.
Thanks. Okay.
The first 4 digits of my credit card are 4892
Yep.
7677 2899
Yep.
4877.
Okay.
And then my expiry date is 0827.
Okay, great.
Security code on the back is 989. Goodbye.
Alright, 2 times? Really? And I thought the Irish were lucky.
To be concluded.
Hello, my name is Fraiser Crane. I'm a psychologist with a radio show. And my dad lives with me in my flat where he has a dog. And my brother is in love with my nanny who cleans the flat. I think I have a son. I think I have a son. Niles? Yes, Fraiser? Have you been reading my psychology books? Yes, Fraiser? Well, don't. They're for my eyes only. Yes, Fraiser? Hey, Fraiser, why don't you lay off your brother? Dad, he read my psychology books. Well, he's got to read something. Well, they're mine and they're for my eyes only. Yes, Fraiser. What are you boys all bickering about now? Hello, Daphne. I was trying to read Fraiser's psychology books, but he doesn't want me to. Because they're for my eyes only. Yes, Fraiser, they are for your eyes only. Yes, Fraiser, I wish that you boys would learn how to share. Well, sometimes I think that Fraiser's eyes are bigger than his stomach. Yes, Fraiser. Well, they're for my eyes only. Yes, Fraiser. Yes, Fraiser, I'm sorry. These are for your eyes and your eyes only. Thank you, Dad. I knew that you'd come around sooner or later. He's got a point. Maybe we should stop meddling in Fraiser's life and let him read his psychology books in peace. Yes, Fraiser. My understanding of the show is that Fraiser wants to read books. Yes, Fraiser. But his brother sometimes takes them and that displeases him. Yes, Fraiser. And according to Fraiser, they are for his eyes only, yes. I think he has a son. I think he has a son. Yes, Fraiser.
Yeah, we all had a good laugh, that's true. I've got a few mates who are twins. Well, actually, only 2 of them are twins. The other one is their triplet. I got to name my dog. I called him Peeve. So when my mates come over to meet him, I say, "Well, who this? That's just my biggest pet peeve." I'll tell you what, I'm a bit sick of these clothes stores that you go into where the attendant will ask you if you need any help. "Can I help you with anything?" No, actually, mate, but I'll tell you what, you can fuck off and die. Tell you something else. I had sex with a horse the other day. Okay, thank you guys. You've been fantastic, and I've been Jack, the stand-up comedian.
Oh baby, gonna tell me what it's like to be a stand-up comedian. Oh baby. jokes go over the audience's head. That's the life of stand-up comedian. My name is Jack. I'm here to attack your eardrums with some comedy I wrote. Got a joke about a couple twins. Got a joke about my dog I named Peeps. But as soon as I get to the real stuff, as soon as I talk about the retail assistants, as soon as I talk about fucking horses, you guys turn on me like I was the evil man. I'm not an evil man, I got an evil plan. I'm a stand-up comedian.
That was Jack the stand-up comedian with Why Do They Laugh at Some Jokes and Not Like Some of the Other Jokes. You're listening to Triple J. I'm Fuckboy McFuckyfuck, and right now we have Hack with Tom Tilley.
Hack on Triple J.
Hi, you're listening to Hack. I'm Tom Tilley. On today's show, we'll be talking about pill testing at music festivals. What are your thoughts? We'll be taking callers and listening to all sorts of different opinions on the matter. Our first caller today is Tom from Sydney. Tom, you actually say that you think that pill testing is a good idea. Why is that?
Yeah, that's right, Tom. So I actually do think that it's a good idea because it will make people safe when they go to the festivals and then they try to dance and have a good time. They're not going to overdose on drugs because they'll know what it is that's inside those drugs.
Yeah, okay. That's actually a really interesting point and one that I hadn't actually thought about before. Our next caller is from Sydney. Tom, you actually think that pill testing is a good idea and that we should have it at all music festivals. Now, that's a different opinion from most people. Why don't you explain to us why is that?
Well, when you think about it, Tom, there's actually a lot of musical festivals that people go to. They're going to have a good time whether you like it or not, whether that's through the use of recreational drugs or just good old-fashioned dancing to rhythms and melodies. So why not make it safe for them? I think the pill testing's, well, a pretty good idea.
Yeah, I see your point, Tom. Thanks for calling in. We have another caller now by the name of Andrew. Andrew thinks that pill testing is a bad idea at music festivals. I'm sorry, we've dropped that call, but we do have another caller from Sydney. Tom, what do you think?
Well, I think it's fantastic that this program allows voices for different opinions, but I've got to say, I disagree with Andrew. I think that his opinion is, well, pretty ignorant. I think we should have pill testing in most public and private settings. Libraries, swimming pools, private homes and offices. Everybody should have pills and everybody should have them tested all of the time. It's just safer that way.
Yeah, thanks a lot for that opinion, Tom. I actually think I agree with you on this one, mate.
Yeah, I think pill testing's a really good idea.
Yeah, and that it should be at all music festivals.
Yeah, I think that's a great idea too.
Yeah, I hear you, Tom. And I guess sometimes great minds think, well, alike? Yes, Fraiser. The ABC and Triple J have created a piece of shit. Essentially the same as that show the kids watch called Behind the News. With a host that reminds me of a high school guidance counselor. I think he has a son. I think he has a son.
I'm calling from a ruthless debt collection agency. I've been contacted by a client who has advised me that they have been cheated and scammed out of a large sum of money. I have been tasked with the job of tracking that person down and bringing them to justice. But before I do that, I wanted to get in touch with you and let you know that I'm a big fan of your podcast. And if there's any way that I can support you, please let me know. My credit card details are 7147278664.
Snail Yeah. Snail Yeah. Snail Yeah. At the buffet.
Snail Yeah?
No. Tina? Yeah, I don't mind them.